Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon and welcome on behalf of this NISM and MNLU Mumbai. I welcome you all on this informational webinar on the topic the career option for the legal professionals in the field of financial markets. First of all, I am delighted to have you join us today for this informational webinar, and I hope that you all are safe and healthy during the crisis created by this COVID-19. So to begin with, along with me, the other panelists you can see on your mobile phone or your laptop or your desktop. The other panelist with me is firstly the Honorable Vice Chancellor of Maharashtra National Law University, Professor Dilip Uke. We also have Professor Anil Waria, professor at Maharashtra National Law University, and along with you can also see the Professor Ananda Rao, who is again a professor, a faculty member at Maharashtra National Law University. Now, so to introduce the main panelist, that is Professor Dilip Uke. The sir has been an academician for last more than 27 years, and before joining Maharashtra National Law University as Vice Chancellor, sir has worked in the Nagpur University, in the Pune University, in the different capacities. He has started his teaching career as an assistant professor, then he became the reader, and then he became the professor. Sir has a very long stint of teaching. Sir has also various published book articles and other thing, and a very large experience in academics, research, and guiding and mentoring the students. So I welcome you, sir, on this informational webinar. So,
thank you. Thank you so much, Dr. Rajesh.
So now I request sir to directly talk to the students.
Okay. Good evening, everybody. It is unfortunate that you can't see me or I can't see you because of some technical glitch as such. First and foremost, I thank NISM for hosting this informational webinar to all the concerned ones that opportunities in legal profession as. Dear friends, this COVID-19 has created a havoc and created obstacles and difficulties in every path of the life. However, these difficulties and problems have also thrown us certain opportunities for future as well as the present, particularly in near future. Before I talk about that, let me briefly introduce our Maharashtra National Law University Mumbai. Maharashtra National Law University Mumbai was established 5 years before. Our first batch will be passed out in this academic year. We offer BA LLB honors courses as well as 1 year LLM program in various specializations, and PhD program, PhD in law as well. However, along with that, BA LLB courses and LLM and PhD, we have 8 centers in our National Law University. Various centers like Center of Mediation, Arbitration, and CICTL, that is Center of Information Technology and Law, and all others. Nevertheless, from this academic year 2019 onwards, we have collaborated and collaborating with various public institutions, organizations, particularly like RERA, MahaRERA, Government of Maharashtra's Real Estate Regulatory Authority. We have collaborated with them, and their arbitration proceedings will be conducted in Maharashtra National Law University. Similarly, we have collaborated with the Maharashtra Judicial Academy, which impart training to newly recruited judges at Uttan. The academy is at Uttan. They provide the training to newly recruited judges of subordinate judiciary, which are appointed on the basis of their score and interviews. Whereas from this academic year, one component of that training, that is cyber law and cyber security, particularly electronic evidence. Hereafter, the court proceedings will be different. That's what I said, that COVID-19 had posed challenges as well as created certain opportunities, thrown certain opportunities also. So that component of cyber law and cyber security will be provided by the Maharashtra National University at its place, and every judge, freshly recruited judge hereafter, will be the student of Maharashtra National University, will be alumnus of Maharashtra National University. They will undergo the training at Maharashtra National University, Center of Information and Technology Law of our law university, as partnered with them. So we have designed this certificate course, a diploma course also for that. Similarly, we also partner with the advocates body of the state, that is Bar Council of Maharashtra and Goa, and we have conducted rather 3 programs. In one program, more than 400 advocates across the state used to participate for 4 days. So you can just imagine hosting them for 4 days, 400 plus advocates for training, ongoing training. It is called as continuing legal education program, CLEP. So likewise, even police training center, which is at Marol, we offer them training. So we partner with all other such public institutions, and I'm happy to share with this. It is yet to be materialized, but we are partnering from this year with Maharashtra National Health University, which is located at Nasik, because COVID-19 has created, as I said, opportunities. So health and law. So that is another upcoming area that we are going to partner with Maharashtra Health Universities located at Nasik, Health and Law, and we are going to provide that how the legal regimen would be hereafter, in the midst of and after COVID, or in the midst of COVID as such, COVID-19 as such. Keeping in mind all this, we are really happy to collaborate with NISM, National Institute of Securities Management, being run by SEBI. I thank all the stakeholders, officers, directors for the same. That while functioning from Mumbai, the financial capital of the country, and not doing anything for the society, why we are undertaking all these activities? Why? Because we think that as the corporate social responsibility the industries have, their CSR they have in terms of money. We don't have money, but we have the knowledge, because any educational institution, particularly a higher educational institution, it is the hub of knowledge creation, and knowledge is the property, as we know, IP, intellectual property. So we also generate property, and that property, that is intellectual property, we wish to share, and that's why we partner with NISM, partnered with SEBI, and from this academic year onward, we have decided to launch along with NISM the LLM program, 1-year LLM program exclusively in investment and security laws as such. Dear friends, you know, as I said, that COVID has posed the challenges as well as thrown certain opportunities. We know that economy has been slowed down, not only in India, all over the world. Post COVID-19 scenario would be such that each and though not each and every, we would say, but large chunk of the population would like to invest in securities, and that's why. In view of that, what kind of investment, what kind of securities, what kind of the regimen, what kind of the mechanism, instrumentation would be there? So that kind of expertise, along with the experience and expertise of NISM people, so we have decided to launch this master program, as well as even some diploma programs from this year, wherein NISM people, SEBI people will also be partner with, join with hands with Maharashtra National University. because it will be a big challenge not only to the government, to every individual, every businessman, every trader, that how to generate the revenue, how to raise the finances. So investment is one such area. Like I could see now also in this period, certain online courses they have been opened up, or on television channel. So few people they try to give some inputs, how to invest, in which areas to be invested, mutual funds, so on and so forth. As but just to listen to them and do the things, instead of that, to have a first hand knowledge, and that too from the expert who are experienced one and day to day experienced one, and who have the expertise. And that's why we have decided to launch this 1 year LLM program in investment and securities. And I'm confident that that will be really useful, helpful to all those people who would join this course, as well as diploma course and other courses which are being run by NISM, so that not only they can do it, but they can guide in a more better way, more better manner to large chunk of the society, because people will look at you as an expert, as a degree holder, because it is a master's program, and you since will be trained by the experienced expert people, that knowledge would be much rich and beneficial to the society, to the large chunk of society. Of course, there are, as a matter of just sharing the information, other courses which Maharashtra National Law University is launching from this academic year is mediation, MA Executive in Mediation. Mediation is such a beautiful field, upcoming field, that no need to go to the court, but before your matter reaches to the court, resort to the alternate dispute resolution mechanism, as we call it, as ADR. And mediation would be not alternative, it would be a parallel, rather prior to the litigation. Why to waste money, energy, time into the litigation? Instead of that, take a recourse of this route and through mediation. And that's why we are launching from this academic year MA Executive Master's Degree Program in Mediation. Maharashtra National Law University, Mumbai is the first university not only in the country. I am really happy to share with all, not only in India but in the whole Asia, that Maharashtra National University, Mumbai is the first one to launch this, to offer this master program, wherein even sitting judges are keen to join this master's program, because it will be a weekly or fortnightly or monthly affair, wherein expertise, the teaching fraternity, faculty would be drawn. Rather, it has been drawn and being drawn from even other countries, not only from India and other countries. Rather, that course, that curricula has been designed by the renowned mediation people, like Mr. If anybody heard of Mr. Sriram Panchu and all others. So it is a very high profile. So along with LLM investment and securities, we are offering another master program, that is in mediation, MA Executive in Mediation. And similarly, those who do not, because of the constraints, because of the services or employment, they cannot do the masters in law. From this year onward, we are launching LLM Professional. All those who have done their graduation in law, we have launched this LLM Professional program. They can join this. No need to come to the university every day. It will be a weekly affair or maybe fortnight affair, and some courses could be even online one. So these are the programs, these are the academic activities which we have undertaken, keeping in mind that that's what I said, that it is our social responsibility. University social responsibility. Industries have CSR, company social responsibility. We have USR, University social responsibility. In view of this, this will offer so much, provide so many opportunities to the legal professionals to join the course like LLM investment and securities or mediation or professional, and particularly LLM in investment and securities, which would be really helpful, beneficial, not only to those who will join the course, but by them on the base of their experience and training which they will undertake by way of course to the large chunk of society as such. So with this, I conclude. Thank you so
Okay,
much.
sir. Okay, sir. Just like one or two questions from the students. Some of the students are asking, like, since most of the students are in the final year of their BLLB course or the other BSc LLB, BB LLB course, so they are like in a confusion that which course to join, like which career option they should take. Should they go for litigation? Should they go for preparation of judicial services examinations? Or should they go for the corporate litigation? So how they judge as a student, how they opt for a particular field or a particular career option? Sir.
See, thank you. First and foremost, I would say that two factors are important. That is, first one is that what is your interest, area of interest, which area you are keen to choose, which area you want to go, in which area you want to flourish or prosper. That is one. And secondly, that apart from one's own interest, that wherein you can do better, that one need to decide. The answer to this question could not be generalized one, cannot be generalized one. Because suppose I am interested in academic, there are several opportunities. Even academic is also there. After doing masters, one can enter into academic. There are several such opportunities are there. So answer cannot be generalized as such. It is to be individual based. It is to be individualized one. However, as you have pointed out, three things. One is litigation, going to the court. Second one is judiciary, and third one is corporate lawyering. You know? All the three options are good, no doubt. All the three options are good. That depends upon every individual's choice and interest, and in which area he wants to pursue his career, do his career. Some may not be interested in at all in judicial service. Some may not be interested at all in corporate lawyering. So they may join litigation. One has to prioritize. It is your priority, because even though sometimes it might so happen that even though you are interested in one particular area, your circumstances are such, circumstances or factors are such, even though you are willing to, you want to, you cannot do that. So it is a compulsion sometimes. No, go for say corporate lawyering. So in such scenario, in such situation, one shall keep option open. But I would suggest that LLM investment and securities is the good choice one can pursue, and can start earning as far as early as possible as such.
Yes. Sir, another question which I'm getting from the students, they are asking, like, seeing the COVID-19 situation unfolding, and so what, how do you see the future of this corporate litigation, or let us say the field of this investment and this securities market?
Yeah. See, post COVID-19, now itself, rather, what I could see, that this is a good time for investment, as people say, as the markets are down, therefore rates are down. It is a good time for investment. So far as corporate lawyering is concerned, definitely there will be some change, no doubt, and not only in corporate lawyering, even in litigation also, regular traditional litigation also, because now the thought and concept which is being emerged that e-courts, now itself it is video conferencing by which through which the matters are being argued and decided as such, because there will be certain limitations, obstacles and restrictions as a matter of precaution, as a matter of care. But corporate lawyering, there is definitely a good scope, and there has been a good scope, and it will not be reduced as such. It will open up more. Only thing is that mode will be different one, a bit different one than as it was there till now. As I said, that even regular courts, it is e-court now filing, e-court hearing, I mean electronic hearing. The That's why. So even in case of corporate lawyering, also it will be the same thing will be applicable, but surely the scope will be there.
Yes, sir. Some of the students are asking that, like at this time, by seeing the news in the media and other, like they are unable to focus on the studies and the preparation. So, what is your advice? How the students should balance the studies?
Now, see, there is no need to let down our own spirit, our own confidence. What is in our what is to be our priority is to maintain our health, physical health first. Do your exercises at home, do certain yogas at home, if possible. For the mental health, I would say, physical health you can do exercises, physical health you can do certain yoga pranayams, but for mental health, if anybody is keen, you can join rather online meditation courses. Do your meditation. Meditation is that thing. What is the meditation? It is nothing but it is not a concentration. It is something beyond the concentration. What we do that usually, we think of outer world, everything. What is, we go on watching TV channel news, how many patients which were found, how many these that accidents, so many things. Why to indulge only in negative things? There are several such positive. If you want, do certain meditation, join certain meditation courses, or if do meditation, improve your mental health, psychological health. Keep up your spirit, because that is what is most needed. That instead of thinking about outer world, one should look at innerly. What do we, as we call it, as a self, atma. Think of that, what you are. You are an individual human being, and you being an individual human being, you have potential, you have caliber, you have capacity. That capacity has to be used at optimum level for organizing your own life in a more better manner, as well as life of your own family, as well as life of thereby the whole society, I mean of the whole country. Such ups and downs, obstacles, problems, difficulties, challenges, they are they are bound to be there in a life. I think not only we, our parents or even grandparents must not have experienced such kind of situation in their life, but one shall stand up before this. So what is needed is that read certain positive things, watch certain positive things, do meditation if you know. If you do not know, join any meditation course online, do that, or just sit calmly, quietly uh, at home. Think of your own inner thing, yourself. That's what we say. What is self? you know auto system. In medical science we call it as a auto system. Doctors call it as a auto system. What is that auto? What is that self? What is that atma? You think about that, concentrate upon your positive, how good you are, what are your good qualities. Do you have? Every individual has certain residue of goodness, of betterness. Every individual is blessed with by nature certain good quality. Use it at optimum level. If you have a very good hobby, say painting, drawing, singing, dancing, do it. So you channelize your energies in a positive manner. You channelize and enhance your positive energies, thereby your positive thoughts will be improved. You should think positively, you should look at the life in a positive manner. you know it is a sociability and friendship, a collectivity, wherein only one can grow, not in isolation. So my not an advice, my opinion is this: do this. Don't let your spirit, don't let your confidence down. Uphold it, enhance it, do it right from now, not only today, right from now itself. Yes,
Sir,
Dr. Rajesh.
now, yes, sir. Thank you, sir. Now, another question which I'm getting from one of the students that would the law firm prefer a person with an LLM graduate over those with having the work experience? So, who are the preferred one? The person who has some work experience in the court or those who have LLM? That is the question, sir.
Neither it is LLM nor your work experience. What matters is your intelligence, your ethics, your work ethics. You may have so much so knowledge, you may have so much so experience, but if you don't have your work ethics, what is the use of that intelligence? So apart from having experience, apart from having certain intelligence, you have to have certain ethics, you have to have certain values, you have to have certain human values, basic etiquettes, manners, discipline. That matters much, rather than your knowledge, rather than your intelligence, rather than your experience. It is my humble suggestion that apart from having some experience or intelligence or knowledge, one has to have certain basic human values, certain basic humanity, certain ethics, work ethics, discipline. That matters much.
Yes. Another question which I'm getting from one of the students that how this LLM in investment and securities law gives an edge over the other LLM program in the corporate law offered by other universities.
See, the course has been designed in such a manner that LLM in corporate law, those will be general LLM in corporate sector, corporate law sector. Whereas, firstly, this curricula has been designed by exclusively about investment and security laws. There are various things. SEBI comes out with various regulations every day, not only every week, every day. So procedures undergo change, things undergo change, and the moreover the curricula which has been designed in such a manner that it has a practical component of investment, which other regular LM in corporate laws it doesn't have. There might be one paper of investment or security in a corporate law LLM, whereas in LLM in investment and security, the whole syllabus is about investment and security laws. As that is one, which has secondly it has a practical component, which as I said earlier, the regular LLM in corporate law doesn't have. That is second. Thirdly, in regular LLM corporate law specialization, the faculty would be traditional, orthodox one from the regular universities or colleges. Whereas herein, in LLM investment and securities being uh, which has been launched by NISM and Maharashtra National Law University, faculty is experienced one. They are from SEBI, they are from National Institute of Securities Management, they are from Maharashtra National Law University. So it is a joint venture, combined venture of practical and theoretical, which gives not only an edge, a cutting edge, upper edge to all. Whatever the knowledge you gain, whatever the expertise you will have, whatever the experience you will have, rather these students, investment security law students, they will have the Bombay Stock Exchange first hand knowledge. It will be rather NISM has that kind of a facility. We have seen that how the stock market functions, works. They will have the practical cases, actual cases. Practical, I mean not simulated one, not hypothetical one, practical one, actual one rather, instead of saying practical, actual one, physically actual cases. Having handled the actual cases, just one can imagine that like in MBBS course, they impart the training. You do this cesarean, you do this operation, You do that one initially on animals and then even on human body likewise. So it is actual, physical, practical. So it will have not only age, not only cutting edge, so much upper hand. It is uncomparable, unmatched. You cannot compare regular LLM in corporate law and LLM in investment and securities laws, which NISM and Maharashtra National Law University Mumbai is offering now hereafter.
Yes. So nicely answered, sir. Now, I think some of the questions are related to the detail. For those who are asking the questions about the detail of the LLM program, again, I request you. We have our prospectus online on our website, NISM website and MNLU website. And also we have the two other webinar done, and that is the recorded webinar is available on this Google. Just you go on Google and type NISM LLM webinar, you will get all your those questions answered. So right now we have with us, now it's an honor and pleasure that we have with us Honorable Vice Chancellor of Maharashtra National Law University. So please use this opportunity to ask question with related to the topic. Okay, so now I am getting the question that can you tell about the placement opportunities after doing this course, sir?
After investment and securities
Yes.
completion of the course,
Yes. Yes.
the placement component, I would say the SEBI is there, other investment bodies are there, regulatory authorities are there, and moreover, apart from placement, I mean, corporate, Mumbai is the hub of financial, as we know, Mumbai is the financial capital of the country, not only of the state. There are several such corporate firms, giants rather, which will offer on you on platter an opportunity thereafter. Private investment firms are there, giants are there. They will offer you, companies are there, insurance companies are there. I mean, like insurance companies, they are there. They will offer you on platter. So why to think of placement so much about at this juncture? Oh, there are plenty. Even the law firms will offer you, because you being experienced one, expertise one, whatever the knowledge you gain, whatever the knowledge you will have, others won't have. So you will have the priority over others of those law firms, in such law firms which pursue this, which vigorously pursue this profession, pursue this in this area. So that is a very great area, great opportunities will be there about the placements. That is not to be worried about, as such.
Thank you, sir, for the answer. And now again, one more question is that do we get the same opportunity like what MNLU students get? That is the one of the question.
Opportunities in a sense, what?
The student is asking that in MNLU, some of the law firms are coming, or whatever placement opportunities are available at MNLU, will they get the same placement opportunities while doing this course?
No, students should not consider them as distinct, different than regular LLM student or LLB students there. They are part and parcel of MNLU. They are integral part of MNLU and NISM also. So whatever the things which are being done for those students, equally those things will be done for them also. Definitely, the law firms will be there, the companies will be there to offer the placements even to them. NISA, along with the NISM, since it is a joint venture, will do. Placement cell will look after that. We have a placement cell. NISM also, if have, will look after that jointly. That is not the area of concern as such.
Okay, so another question is, where do you see the placement opportunity after 1 year? How do you see the financial markets in India growing? Because like many of them are concerned with the impact of COVID-19 on Indian financial market. So whether after 1 year the jobs will be available, not available. This is like one of the question asked by. Yes.
See, I would say two things. First is in a lighter vein, so one should not take it in a very, very serious manner. Firstly, I'm not an astrologer to predict after one year. You know. And secondly, I'm not a finance expert also. But certainly, post COVID-19, after 1 year, you know, what I believe in that we shall live in a present. That is the first and foremost thing we shall learn to live the life. We should not think so much about the future. This moment is yours. Live this moment. That is the life. Life is what? That moment. You live that moment to the fullest extent in whatever better, best possible way, possible manner. That is one. It might sound philosophical, but that is practical, pragmatic, true. No, one should live in a present, firstly. Secondly, even of course, one worries about concerns about the future. No, after 1 year, uh, right now there are the opportunities in the area of investment securities. Definitely, they will not be doubled; they will be multiplied after 1 year. Because by the time then economy, at least slowly, gradually, will be put at its place, might grow a bit. Sectors will be open, and we do not have to worry so much because our economy is agricultural based economy mostly, as far as I understand. That being an agricultural based economy, uh, unlike other Western countries, we should not worry much about. Of course, impact is there, impact will be there, but not to that extent what it is there in a Western countries, other countries as. So, what I could see, what I could foresee, even after 1 year, whatever today, say in 2020, whatever the opportunities are there about investment and security, though will be multiplied after 1 year as such. That is what my hunch is, guess is, prediction is.
Yes, sir. So thank you, sir. Now another question I think is when you are starting diploma course. Actually, that we will going to commence shortly.
Yeah.
And then another question is the for those who are already practicing as an advocate with some of the courts. Now they are concerned that should they join this course? Reason they are already doing some practice, and let us say the practice is good or moderately good. But do you advise them to join LLM course for the
Uh,
person doing the practice?
Investment and securities.
Yes, sir.
But once they join this course, whether it will be possible for them to cope up with their practice, because it's a full-time course. That is
Yeah.
one. It is also time and energy consuming. I could
Yeah.
hardly see much of the time for any other activities while pursuing. And this is just 1 year LLM course. My suggestion is that, advice is that if whosoever wish to join, devote the time fully to this course, because one should not do in a haphazard manner. Half this one, half that one. Neither this will be better nor that will be better. You know.
Hmm.
So in that, and moreover, then there will be a competition to get an admission also. You know. So it is advisable that anyone who wishes to join the course join in a full-time manner. Of course, evening practice, once you go your home, you can do your own things there in MNLU Mumbai or NISM would not come and see that or keep a tab what you are doing as such.
Yes.
That's what.
So thank you for the answer, sir. Now another one question is now last a few minutes, 5 to 7 minutes are left. So I request to just give the summary and the relevant questions. As I already informed you, the detailed webinar done that is already recorded and available on the YouTube. You just go on Google and type NISM LLM webinar, you will get that. So the next question is, sir, related to academics, that whether this course, this LLM course is useful in pursuing the career in the academics. Like, is it useful for being the professor, lecturer in the field of corporate law?
Yes, why not? It is a regular LLM. It being a regular LLM, it is similar to at equivalent to a regular LLM, because it is the university's power. University can offer the courses, and since it is the university's course established by the state legislative enactment, so university has the power to offer the course, and academic, it will be open for academic also in academic field.
Yes, sir. To add what sir has already said, actually nowadays the BA, LLB honors, corporate law honor, there is a separate corporate law honor, and there the type of the name of the subjects are like these banking laws, securities law, recovery law. So now in most of the universities, like there is a huge requirements for the teachers who teach these subjects. So definitely in academic career also this course is useful. Now, one more question, sir. The student is asking whether it is going to give the good return on investment, considering the higher fees.
uh, since course is highly, rated, because while launching this investment and security laws, both these institutions have to invest first. We are doing investment firstly. So, in view of that, uh, not only to the tune of whatever the fees is charged, you know, that is not comparable to what dividends, I would put it in that way, what dividends students are going to reap, what benefits, advantages they are going to get, they are going to uh, you know receive after completion of the course. So rather, fees is not the criteria. Rather, not only it will be beneficial to, you will be surprised to know that you may think afterward, once they join the course, that whatever the fees I have paid is nothing then as such. So one should not think about the fees. It will going to provide you the rich dividend thereafter. So rather, having calculated every component, because one should understand that we are the public body. NISM is also public body. We are not the profit making bodies like companies, like industries. Profit making is not the motto. What I said in earlier also, it is our USR, university's social responsibility. And that's why we have designed, we have decided, we have designed, and now we are destined 3Ds to launch this course, to offer this course for the betterment of our own society, for the betterment of people of our society. So fees is not the component. It is not a revenue generating one. It is, maybe no profit, no loss. Maybe we might have to bear some certain things. And whenever we launch any course, we do not think about the earning us, because as I said, that no educational institution thinks, I mean, public one, may be true in case of private, but we are public body, we are the public university. And that being so, earning is not, revenue generation is not the motto, is not our object. Serving the society, rather, section 5 of our own act says that university shall contribute in the social development. With that endeavor, we have decided to launch this course as such. So fees cannot be the criteria or component as.
Yes. Thank you, sir, for the answer. And the students are, I already, many of your queries are already answered in our previous webinar. So I just request you to go through the YouTube video. Just go on Google and type NISM webinar. You will get the video. And so now as a last question, sir, the students are asking that how many hours to a study for preparing the entrance examination, or even to a study in general at this time.
See, it is not that how many hours. See, one may study for 5 hours, another one may study only for 1 hour. how good your attentive and your grasping and your understanding is, it matters about it. It is not the length of time, it is the quality of time and understanding, your grasping, that matters. Either in case of entrance preparation for entrance examination or preparation for your any other examination, that where was your attention when you read, whether you are just reading, mugging, or just sometime some people have the habit to pronounce the words also, repeat those words also or sentences, they go on repeating the sentences, but how much those things, those words, that knowledge is percolating within them, how much attentive you are, your attention, not concentration. I would say again, that's what meditation helps a lot. Meditation brings your attention from outside world to within you, inside you. How much attentive you were, either in a class or in a study, or you're reading and you're thinking about, Array, my friend is going to call me, or I will have to have my breakfast or lunch, or I will have to see the news, I will have to do this. Some of the thoughts go on. No, thoughtlessness, or beyond that, I would say thoughtless awareness. That is first condition and criteria, and secondly, how much understanding, how much grasping you have, how much did you understand, it depends upon that. It is not the time, how much time, 5 or 6 or 10 hours, but how much quality of time you have spent, how much time you are attentive and you understood, it depends upon that. So it fluctuates on the base of these as such. So meditate, attentive, be attentive, and understand and grasp. It is not the memory. Memory has its own memory, it has its own limits. Not memory, it is understanding, grasping. It is not mugging up, not verbatim. That's what rather the matters much. Yes.
So, yes, sir. Thank you, sir. And now I think there are other questions we are getting that is related to the interview. As already I informed that we are going to conduct entrance test in the form of online interview in the 5 subjects. So you can prepare the Indian Constitution, jurisprudence, the law of contract, and then the corporate law and the current affairs. I already informed you that while preparing for the current affairs, you have to go through the news related to society, polity, and economy, and the other developments in the last 6 months. You can refer to any newspaper or any magazine which has compiled all the news related to this field. So that I have already answered you on behalf of the sir. Now the last question, sir, where do you see the scope of this LLM in future?
Pardon?
Sir, somebody has asked how do you see the scope of this LLM
In future?
Yes, sir.
I think earlier also I did
Yes,
mention
sir.
about this. I did mention
Yes,
about
yes.
this. This course is going to have whatever the I would say value, whatever the importance this course might have today. Suppose after few years, this course will have that value or importance not only in a double or triple manner, manifold manner. And it being the first year, it might be easier for people to get admission. But I could see after 5 years down or few years down, 2-3 years down, it will be really difficult to get an admission into this, because students will be our brand ambassadors. Students who will pass out in 2021 LLM investment in security laws, and either they will enter in corporate sector or whichever manner, they will be our brand ambassadors. What you have done, LLM in investment and security laws, where from? It is NISM MNLU. Oh my god. So this, they will be our brand ambassadors. So just see 2 batches to be passed out. Those 2 batches passed out students will be brand ambassadors. We did not have to do any kind of a publicity advertisements for that. Rather, our alumni are our advertising agencies, publishing agencies, and they are our real assets. So you will be our assets, and that's why we want to invest in you in terms of knowledge, so that we'll reap the dividends in future after few years.
Okay. So with this, the time is up, friends. So what I'm doing, firstly, I must thank Honorable Vice Chancellor, Professor Dilip Purkhe, who has answered most of your queries, most of your questions related to the career opportunities. And other questions you have asked that is already been answered in the previous webinar conducted. Again, I request you to go and type on the Google NISM LLM webinar. You will get the recorded webinar where all the questions have already been answered. So thank you, Honorable Vice Chancellor, Professor Dilip Purkhe, for joining us and joining all the participants at
Thank
this
you, Dr.
occasion.
Rajesh.
Thank you, sir. And I also thank Anil, sir, who is here, and Professor Anand. So other two professors, thank you, my colleague, on this panel. So thank all of you. And with this, I think we should end the webinar. And again, I request all of you to follow the government guidelines. Stay safe, stay healthy, follow the government guidelines. Thank you. Thank you all.
Thank you so much. Thanks a lot.